I personally think that the Maxxine Dupri push is a very bad idea. Not now, man. It just doesn't make any sense. This woman was a comedy jobber, alright? If you wanna push someone, man, do not make them a comedy jobber. For the love of God. Why do people do this, man? I really don't understand this. Drew McIntyre is an only exception to this because he got fired and he became twice the fucking size he was. So, it makes sense. But despite that, man, if you look at his entire career, you're lying to yourself if you're telling me that the 3MB bit that he did is not a fucking stain on his career today. You're lying to yourself if you're saying that. It is, right? We have a comedy jobber who apparently is in a wrestling academy and she's training on screen. Every week she's supposed to be better than last week. That's the gimmick. And then one day, out of nowhere, she beats, I think it's with interference, but she beats Becky Lynch, who's a WrestleMania main eventer. 3 women in one match have ever main evented WrestleMania. I do not count night one as an actual main event. So 3 women, one of them was Ronda Rousey, by the way. 3 women, one of them was also Becky Lynch. This woman defeated her, and then one day she made her tap out as well. Not in a match, but she made her tap out. What the fuck, man? She should not be beating Becky Lynch in any scenario. If you want her to be in that level, if you want to present her like a person who can beat Becky Lynch, okay, sure, don't make her a comedy jobber then. Because I will give her some props, man. She can cut a promo. I realized that fucking back then when she was doing that model thing, which is, in my opinion, the perfect thing for her. Managing those 2 fucking goofballs, that was perfect. Those 2, what was their name? Marseille and Massoin, yeah, those 2 dumb fucks. I just realized, by the way, I'm gonna diverge a little bit, but those 2 guys, they went to TNA, I think, or some other wrestling promotion, and they have different names now, but they are still doing the same gimmick. It's not like they want to fucking make people forget about that by doing something else. No, they're doing the same gimmick with different names. And now they don't have Maxxine Dupri with them because she wasn't fired. So that's where we're at, man. Anyway, I think it's a bad idea now. Especially considering the fact that she was losing to everybody and she had this gimmick where she's learning on camera, right? For some reason, WWE decided to hire her despite the fact that she doesn't know how to wrestle. I'm talking about kayfabe here, right? She doesn't know how to wrestle. That's a gimmick. WWE has still hired her for some reason. And it's like, oh, it's Chad Gable and he has an academy. He's training people. Okay, but WWE is paying these guys, right? They are on WWE's payroll. How the fuck did Chad Gable convince the management to hire these guys who he's gonna train? Chad Gable, in kayfabe, hasn't won fuck all in wrestling till now, right? In WWE, I mean. He hasn't done fuck all. So how the fuck does he have the influence to convince people to hire these guys? But with her, she was a manager who then decided to become a wrestler. So maybe you can make an argument, maybe we can get away with it, which is fine. Even back then, man, like, when her gimmick changed from the manager of those 2 dumb fucks to this weird person who is now training to be a wrestler, I didn't like it very much, man. I didn't like it very much. I thought the manager bit, that was a lot better. I think that was a better gimmick, and I think it suited her better as well. There was a lot of promo work that she got to do, and I think promos are kind of a strength. She's not bad. That's why I thought that was the perfect thing. And you could have had like lots of great undercard storylines as well with a faction like that. But people were like, oh, this is a waste of talent, man. Everything's a waste of talent. Every time there is a gimmick, by the way, have you noticed this nowadays? Every time there is a gimmick, people are like, oh, this is a waste of talent, man. Keith Lee became Keith Bearcat Lee, and everyone's like, oh, they're wasting his talent because they're giving him some sort of a gimmick. Something. It's not just a fucking first name and a last name. Every time that happens, people start whining. I don't understand why. Anyway, I don't think it's a good idea what they're trying to do with her. You can give her a slight push. fine with that, you know? Like, you can give her the Intercontinental title, but she should not be beating Becky Lynch in any scenario just because of how established she is now. It does not make any sense. From the perspective of kayfabe, it just does not make any fucking sense. How can you believe this? How can you possibly believe this, man? The person who was, I don't even know, doing comedy stuff with Otis, of all people, is now here making Becky Lynch tap out. Why? Because she trained. And Chad Gable's not even there anymore, so who's training her? Otis? Are you fucking kidding me, man? Doesn't make any fucking sense to me.